I want to just cover this. We got an email about this story. It's really crazy. We got an email from a guy named Ali. A few days ago, ICE agents tried to illegally enter our house and subsequently arrested my father the next day. He, along with my entire family, are here legally, and we have no idea why they would take him. But as we communicated with ICE and law enforcement, we found out some very unsettling details. As it turns out, ICE has been ordered to ethnically target and detain Iranians, citing the ongoing war as the reason to do so. We've seen a lot of video footage over the past couple of weeks of Iranians being targeted. Regardless, and you would imagine it would be the opposite. Like, you would take Iranian refugees if you were waging some type of propaganda war.
That's what we did. So much of the Iranian diaspora here are people that were more pro-capitalist friendly.
You would think you would venerate them instead of targeting them for deportation. Goes on. Apparently, they'd received an anonymous tip about my father. However, he and my entire family are from Libya and have no ties to Iran at all. Even after realizing this, ICE is still refusing to release him. They have quotas they need to keep. He says, I'm contacting you because this story perfectly illustrates the dangers of the current administration's immigration policies that you often discuss on the show. Not only do I want to publicize this story to help my own father and family, but to warn others and spread information about the horrific tactics ICE is using in its ethnic targeting campaign. He links to a news article. Do you have that article?
Is that the window smashing? Because I have his GoFundMe, right?
Yeah. Before we get to the GoFundMe, get to the, I think they have a news article in that. No, they don't, I guess. I thought I sent it to you in the email. Check and see if you get it in the email. But this, we
do have a video of a different Iranian man getting destroyed.
And we'll play that in a moment. But this is from a Greensboro man. You Google a Greensboro man from Libya detained. Yeah, this is it. Greensboro dad in ICE custody. Attorney says agents may have the wrong man. Play that video. I don't know. Maybe that video is. This is from Channel 2 News.
This evening, a Greensboro dad is in ICE custody. His attorney says agents may have the wrong man and is asking a judge to release him.
Yeah, at this point, it's unclear why ICE detained him in the first place. 2 Wants to Know's Ben Briscoe digs into what we know and what we're still trying to figure out.
ICE's public detainee locator shows Mohammed Nasser of Greensboro is in a Georgia immigration facility. Family members say the father of 5 has been locked up for 7 days now. We pulled court records that show before this, the only time he's been in trouble with the law was for traffic tickets, having an expired registration and failure to wear a seatbelt back in 2016. We're still working to learn what led ICE to detain him, a question his own attorney is still asking also.
He had a work permit, he was working, his kids are in school, his wife has a PhD. This is not somebody that would ever have been detained.
Why do you think he was targeted by ICE?
They had a lot of questions for him about his ties to Iran and the Iranian government and his opinions about the Iran-Israel conflict.
But the attorney says Nasser's never been to Iran, and he came here legally from Libya.
The most obvious question that shows that there was some kind of mix-up is when the officer asked him, what has been the response of the San Diego-based Iranian community to the conflict between Iran and Israel? Why they would ask somebody who's never been to California, never been to Iran, has no ties to Iran, what his assessment of the San Diego-based Iranian community's response to the Iran-Israel conflict is. I think there was a mistake.
I've reached out to ICE multiple times to find out why they say Nasser's.
As far as we know, he's not been released. There are so many of these horrific stories here, totally legally, and yet this is the machine that is working here.
Asking about our foreign policy.
We have a link to their GoFundMe. We'll put that in the podcast and YouTube descriptions.
But you can look up the name Mohammed Nasser, MohamedNasser, and the GoFundMe will also come up, but it's in the link
In
below.
this GoFundMe, his family says that ICE mentioned detention quotas and zero release policies is
Which means
the excuse for him not being released.
if we,
And they acknowledge it's a
you.
mistake.
and it's a mistake, we still keep you because we need the numbers. We can't have the clicker going the other direction.
Yeah, and this was enabled by the Laken Riley Act. I just want to be clear about this because it allows immigrants who are accused of crimes, not convicted, accused, to be detained by ICE while with an opportunity to ask for release, basically. But this is exactly what we said was likely to happen when the Laken Riley Act passed. It's going to be it could be a neighbor that has some sort of beef with somebody next door and just reports them. It could be somebody just racially profiling you in the neighborhood. And if ICE says that they have some sort of, like, they're basically using this reasonable suspicion standard and there's been no recourse for it. But the pretext that allowed them to go even further on that was the Laken Riley Act, which allowed for this ICE detention based on accusations.
We have another example of this far from across the country, basically, from the last one. This one is in Beaverton, Oregon, where a man driving his kid to preschool gets stopped by ICE, and they love to use that thing to shatter the door. I mean, it's so
It's a toy.
nuts. But watch this.
Now let's go to Oregon, where a father who was in the process of immigrating to the U.S. from Iran was detained by ICE while dropping off his child at a preschool. That arrest happened on July 15th, but the family has released new video of the incident. CBS News correspondent Chanel Call has much more on this. Chanel, thank you for joining us today. What can you tell us about this video and exactly what happened last week?
Hey, Mugo, good morning. That video was released by the family and provided to us here at CBS News through the family's attorney. And what you're about to watch here is the moment 38-year-old Mahdi Khan Babazadeh was pulled over by ICE near his daughter's preschool. This happened in Beaverton, Oregon, just outside Portland. Take a listen.
Where are you heading?
Daycare.
I'm sorry?
Daycare.
Okay.
Where's daycare? Just to Beaverton.
How far?
5 minutes. Hell, hold on. I'm getting out. I'm getting out.
So, Mugo, here's how a U.S. Customs Immigration Enforcement spokesperson describes what happened next in this video. They say ICE tried to arrest him during a traffic stop. That's when he asked for permission to drop his child off at daycare. There was about
Pause it
5
for a
minutes
second.
away
I
from
mean,
where they
here's the
stopped.
thing that doesn't even make sense. ICE is doing traffic stops now. We pulled him over for blinker wasn't on, and then we just happened to have 6 guys with masks who were here. They're obviously casing this guy and following him as he leaves his home. Don't care that his kid's in the car. Maybe like the fact that the kid's in the car. Maybe they think that's going to make him more compliant. I don't know. Or maybe they think it's going to make for better video. I mean, this is just, and we're going to get 10,000 more of these effing Nazis. Brown shirts.
We don't even know, their identification at all. We talked about this, but them covering their faces like this, like, we need to know who these people are. I think that, folks within DHS or ICE need to start leaking names and things like this to the media, because I want like people on trial when this is all over.
That's why it is very, very important to get all of this, as much of this on record as possible.
Yep.
Because all of these people should be aware that there's an opportunity for them to be held to account. All of them.
And no turning the page. Like, and also no accountability, no lack of accountability for people at the top, too.
Yeah, Homan.
Is there more of this?
Happened. The agency, we're told, allowed him to move into the school's parking lot where they said he, quote, resisted arrest and refused to exit his vehicle. The spokesperson said ICE agents then, as you see in the video there, broke one of the windows of that vehicle to, quote, complete the arrest. The 38-year-old chiropractor was born in Iran, is married to a U.S.
for a
citizen.
second. Also, in the background, now keep that up there. The reason why it's pixelated in the back there is because his kid is in a car seat, sitting in the back as they're smashing that window open. Go ahead.
Just completed his green card interview a few months ago, so now he was in the process of awaiting a final decision on that green card before he was picked up by ICE. An ICE spokesperson telling us here at CBS News that Khan Babazadeh was arrested for overstaying his visa, but a lawyer, Mugo, who is now consulting the family on this case, issued a separate statement saying that that claim is, quote, completely false. That lawyer, I want to mention, also told local media that Khan Babazadeh was being held at an ICE detention center in Tacoma, Washington, and ICE is saying that he will remain in ICE custody pending removal proceedings. So lots to follow on this case, but what's new today is this video coming to us from the family.
So in addition to what Emma said about, hunting these guys like, Nazi hunters followed Nazis flee in Europe, the Democrats also need to mass amnesty these folks and get them out of this goddamn limbo that these people have been in and massively expedite the process to make them full citizens, because sitting on their hands for this long has turned what was, I would say, I would have thought maybe catastrophic, hysterical, worst case scenarios that you would think of what they might go through in case of a future nativist government, to being just our daily life and what we see in every one of our communities. And we just gave the ICE more money than the FBI has to do this.
Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.